Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So tonight I am heading to the Manchester Opera House to see this year's pantomime, which is Cinderella, and it stars Jason Manford and Ben Nickless, who have done the last two pantomimes there. So really looking forward to it. Really enjoyed the last two that I've seen there. And yeah, it should be a good evening. So I'll show you around the theatre, show any merch, hopefully film the curtain call, and then give you a full review of it once I get home. So I hope you enjoy this little video. It's currently 10 to 6, I finally got some food, so I'm going to eat this and then head to the theatre. Show starts at 7, so I really want to get there for 6:30, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to eat this as quick as I can. To the programme, booked a ticket for Lawrence on the way in, and found a seat. Okay, so I'm on row H, seat 14. So this way. Okay, so I'm now in my seat. I'm on row H, seat 14, and this is the view from my seat. So I think it's going to start in about 10-15 minutes. So for a programme was £5, and yeah, I'll let you know what I think in the interval. Okay, so it's now the interval. Really enjoyed it so far, it's very funny. The final to Act 1 was fantastic, but I'll tell you more about it when I get home because it's quite busy, so I'll get back to you at the end.
Folks, you know how mad this time of the year is, and it means the world to us that you come out and you share this tradition with us every year, whether it's with children, without children, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. And we love seeing you out there laughing and just forgetting about your troubles for a couple of hours. Even though we put so much work in, as you can see, from here, from the back there and out here, we just want you to know that we never ever underestimate how much of a privilege it is to be part of your Christmas. So thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next year.
Hi, guys, so I'm now back from seeing Cinderella at the Opera House and thought I'd just tell you a little bit about it. So I went to see the show on Monday the 30th of December. I went to the evening showing, which started at 7 p.m. The runtime for the show is approximately 2 hours and 40 minutes, with Act 1 around an hour and 10 minutes. There's then a 20-minute interval, and Act 2 then being around an hour and 10 minutes again. So it started at 7 and it finished about 9:40. So for this show I was sat in the stalls. I was on row H, seat 14, and it was a really good view. I was really impressed with the view from that seat. Definitely sit there again. I do think the seats in the Opera House are quite close together. I did feel a little bit squashed up, but there was plenty of leg room. So yeah, it was a good view from there. So I would sit there again. So I only paid £25 for my ticket. That is due to Jake, who I actually met at last year's pantomime. He actually sent me a discount code, so thanks to Jake for that, because if it wasn't for him sending that code I wouldn't have been able to go, because it was quite expensive, the pantomime this year. Last year they reduced the single seats and I managed to get a £13 ticket, but I'm not sure if they're doing as many dates this year. I'm sure they did more performances last year. I could be wrong, but it's pretty much sold out this year, so they haven't reduced the single seats. So really lucky that Jake managed to get me that discount code, because that seat otherwise would have been £45.50, and that's way out of my price range for tickets. So big thanks to Jake for getting that discount, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go. So there was some merch for the show. It's like your typical pantomime type merch. They had programmes, which I did buy, which were £5, which I'll show you in a bit. They had a light up tiara, which was £8, a light up star wand for £8, and then a light up like prism gun, which was also £8. They're then doing some hero bundles, so they were doing like little tiny tubs of heroes, which I thought were quite expensive. So you could get a heroes bundle, which consisted of a little tub of heroes, a souvenir cup, and a drink, which cost £10. And a little souvenir cup was just like a sippy cup with a straw, and it just said pantomime on it with like a star on. So it was a simple souvenir cup. The other bundle they did was called the Big Hero Bundle, and that you got the same things plus a toy, so you could get either of the light up toys added to it, and that was £17. So it sort of saves you a pound on the toy. So that was all the merch. So the pantomime itself I thought was really funny. One of the funniest pantomimes I've been to. However, I do think the story was quite lacking. I mean, it's supposed to be Cinderella, and it felt like you were taken out of the story quite a lot. Like the start of the pantomime was more like a Jason Manford stand-up show, which I'm not complaining about. It was really funny. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I just think sometimes they take you out of the story a bit too much. So that's the only downside to it. However, it was hilarious. It was really funny. There was elements for the kids, lots of adult jokes. I do think this is a really good pantomime to go to if you're an adult on your own like I did. There was lots of adults there without children, and I think because there is so many adult jokes in this, and I think the combination of Jason Manford and Ben Nickless is really great. I think Manchester's been really lucky the last 3 years to have them two together. I think they make a great comedy double act. I think they're really funny together. I think they work really well together, and yeah, I think they really play on that. I think they do bring in a lot of crowd because they are just so funny together, and the children seem to really like them as well. So yeah, I did really enjoy this. I'm not sure if I enjoyed pantomime that I went to at Sheffield a little bit more, because they followed the story a lot more. They didn't take you out of the story as much, whereas I've just felt like they took you out of the story quite a lot. on this one. It's like the story is sort of something they had to get through. I don't know. I just felt like they took you out of the story quite a lot. So if you like a pantomime that follows a story and doesn't take you out of the story, or maybe this one's not for you. But if you love having a great laugh, lots of audience participation. I mean, they started with throwing sweets out at the audience, soaking the audience with water guns, all that. So there's lots of that going on. There's some good songs in this as well. The finale of Act 1 was fantastic, where the Cinderella carriage actually flies out a little bit over the audience. That was great. The kids loved that. My little girl would have loved that as well. I am actually thinking of possibly taking my children to the pantomime next year. We took them to a pantomime at the Opera House once. We took them to see Aladdin when Alexandra Burke was in it, and I think they were just too young. Leo literally just spent the whole time just running up and down the back of the Grand Tier. We sat at the very back row of the back of the Grand Tier because I knew he wouldn't sit still. So yeah, but now they're quite a lot older now, and I do think my daughter will enjoy it. So I think if they do a relaxed session next year, I'll take them. I was going to take Alice this year, but when I looked at tickets, they only had the Grand Tier left, and I'm not sure. She's a bit afraid of heights. She never used to be, but now she's a bit afraid of heights, and I don't know if she'd like sitting that high up. So I didn't want to pay out the money to take it and she not like it and not want to sit up there. So I think if I go next year, I'll have to book it earlier and get the seats in the stalls. So I might do that next year. But yeah, I thought it was a really fun pantomime. Like I said, I did enjoy it. It was hilarious. I laughed the most probably at this pantomime. It was really, really funny. And yeah, I did think it was really enjoyable. I think I would probably give it 4 stars. I do think I enjoyed Sheffield's pantomime a little bit more. I think because it just ran more smoothly with the story. So I just think I enjoyed that one more. But this was hilarious. It's a really, really good pantomime. Really do recommend it. It's on until the 5th of January, so hopefully when this goes up you've still got a little bit of time to get tickets. Like I said, Jason Manford and Ben Nickless together are just hilarious. So I'll just quickly show you the programme and you can see the rest of the cast that are in the show. Okay, so this is the Cinderella programme. This was, did they say £5? I think it was £5. So it's actually cheaper than most programmes, because most programmes are £6 and they're a lot smaller than this, so, and not as good quality. This is really good quality as well, so I'm shocked that it's actually £5. So it tells you a little bit about what's coming at the Opera House next year, information about the Opera House itself, so just some shows that are coming soon to the Opera House and Palace. We then have the information on the pantomime. So, Double Vision, it says, meet the brothers who make every panto season magic. So you've got a little article here. So you have Jason Manford playing Prince Charming, Ben Nickless as Buttons. We had Myra DuBois as the Baroness Myra Fortuna. She was actually really good, actually. I thought she was really funny. We then had Wendy Mae Brown as the fairy godmother. So her theatre credits include Becky in Waitress, Benedicta in The Book of Dust. That's just a few things that she's done. We then had Sarah Vaughan as Cinderella. Her theatre includes Cinderella in the Milton Keynes Theatre, New Victoria Theatre, Plymouth Theatre Royal, and a few others. She's played Princess Apricot, Jill in Jack and the Beanstalk, Alhambra Theatre, and Wolverhampton Grand. That's just a few things that she's done. We then has Liz Carney, who played Benedicta Fortuna, who is one of the ugly sisters, or Wicked Sisters, I think they were calling them in this. So her theatre credits include Callan Girls the Musical UK Tour, the Thunder Girls at the Lowry Theatre, the Full Monty UK Tour, and a few other things as well. And then you had Chloe Chesworth, who played Manipulata Fortuna, who is Cinderella's other ugly sister, although I'm pretty sure in this they call them Wicked Sister or something like that. We then have this, which tells you that next year's pantomime is going to be Snow White. Then here you've got your cast list. So it tells you who the ensemble are here. Your orchestra, Act 1, Act 2, production team, and production credits. There's then this little bit in the middle with some pantomime games. So you got a word search, spot the difference, maze, and crack the code, just some little games that the kids can play. And then it's got the answers on the back. And then you do have the ensemble biographies here. So we have Phoebe Carey, Tilly Mae Padley, Harry Parkinson, and Kitty Rich. Then had Owen Richardson, Tiana Seeley Jewish, Eddie Sims, and Jaden Wilkinson. Then have the creative team biographies. And then we have an advert for Joseph and the Magnificent Dreamcoat, an advert for Miss Saigon, advert for the ATG Plus card, some more adverts, information on ATG, and that is the programme. I think that's a really good programme for £5 actually. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed Cinderella Pantomime. It was hilariously funny. Like I said, there's a lot of audience participation in there. A lot of bits for the audience could shout out things out and join in. And yeah, a really fun show. Hilariously funny. Like I said, probably one of the funniest pantomimes I've ever been to. Really enjoyed it, and we'll probably go again next year. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review video. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.